Hi friends, this year I decided to get into the Christmas spirit and I got myself a small tree that I can put on my table. Let's find a place for it. So I'm thinking somewhere here on the edge of the table, and by the way, small room tour, this is where I keep my wood. These are big chunks over here, and here I have a nice neat organizer. Of course, this is supposed to be for socks and underwear, but wood is more important, obviously. These are 1 by 1 inch blocks here. This is hardwood, smaller pieces, and there's more wooden dowels, some odd basswood pieces, and here on the side I keep my finished pendants. For example, here's one. That's a nice looking tree, but I don't know, something is missing. It looks a little bit bare. What could it be? No. Oh, of course, Christmas tree decorations. So what I thought we could do is decorate a Christmas tree together. We're gonna make some cute little Christmas tree decorations, and I'm gonna make a few videos, so I hope you're gonna join me. What's good about it is that I can use some offcuts. Whenever I carve, I have some extra wood left, so this time we're not gonna be wasteful, we're gonna use all of it. And because it's a small tree, we're gonna make very small Christmas tree decorations, very quick, very easy. And let's start with, drum roll, I live in Wales, so we have lots of sheep here. And this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna make a small, cute sheep. You can download the pattern following the link in the video description. I start by drawing my sheep on a piece of basswood. The grain runs vertically here because it's more stable this way. I don't add too many details since the piece is quite small and we want to cover it in one sitting. I use a bandsaw to cut it out, but you can also use a clamp and a traditional saw. Since the wood is quite thin, you could also go around the outline with a knife. The first thing I do is draw a central line. This helps me keep track of how much material I've removed from each side. I also draw the face on the back and cover around the ear. The face and the head should be slightly narrower than the body. Be sure to avoid sharp edges. Our sheep is nice and fluffy, so round out its head and body. Mirror everything you do on one side on the other. The legs should sit just below the fur and they should also be rounded a bit. Once the carving is done, I use a small gouge to add texture to the fur. Next, I move on to the facial features. I draw the eyes, nose and the mouth and then carve them out using the tip of my knife. Painting is quite simple. I use diluted white paint all over, adding a bit of light brown to show the hooves. And here's our little sheep. Let's hang it on a tree. Okay, we have a Christmas tree, but that's not everything to make us feel festive. We also need an advent calendar, and I do have one. So this is just like an art kind of postcard advent calendar. I can't have any sweets, pathetic, I know. So I can't really have any traditional advent calendars. But this one, I really liked it because it has this beautiful art. I'm just going to show you it a bit closer. So you see it's got this beautiful forest scene. And Something is going on there. There are lots of animals and birds. I would like to be invited to this party. Okay, let's find number 1. Oh, I think I can see it. It's right there under the owl. Oh, there is a nice fire there. Keeping a bit of the Yule log and hanging it in the house was considered lucky. It would then be used as kindling for the following year's Yuletime fire. How nice is that? Okay, we worked well. Let's go for a walk. You know what I like about December? Not the Christmas itself and all the buzz, but this time of quiet solitude in nature. I think we're given an opportunity to embrace the cold and the darkness and find a certain beauty in them rather than see them as just inconveniences. They're part of a natural cycle and we are part of it as well. Everything is connected. It's time to reflect on the whole year, to see what you have achieved, what you could have done better, not with harsh self-criticism, but rather in a meditative and self-accepting way. You might say to yourself, oh, I haven't done that. I wonder why. Was something in the way? Maybe it wasn't the right goal for me. Maybe I should change my priorities. It's one of the most spiritual periods of time when you feel that nature has to stop, to pause and have rest before everything starts blooming again. And I think the same applies to us. We can't be like super productive all the time. It's okay to stop sometimes, to step back and have rest. Winter is time for reflecting, thinking, musing, gathering strength. And if you're not feeling particularly happy or festive, that's okay. We're filled with shadows, just like the earth at this time of year. You don't have to force yourself to be constantly positive. Instead, I think the melancholy of bare fields and trees can teach us something about ourselves without us suppressing our emotions all the time. I also believe that it's time when it's especially important to treat yourself. It's part of self-care, so I think I should get myself something. Wait, what's that over there? Do you see that too, guys? That looks like a Christmas present. Who is this from? Oh, it's from me. I know what's inside, obviously. These are Helvi knives. And if you don't know what Helvi knives are, they're like legendary weapons in video games. The ones that give you like plus 10% damage with one-handed weapons. They're very hard to obtain, but they give you immense joy and power. Getting them was a bit of a quest. I had to be put on a waiting list last year, but this year I got them. I got them a little bit earlier, but I wanted to open them with you guys. I'm so happy. Nice little box from the United States. Exciting, exciting. So I have 2 knives there because I decided since they're so hard to get, so maybe I should buy 2 at once. Let's see. Ah, yes, this handle, legendary handle that I've seen so many times in the videos of other carvers. I'm really happy to have it now as well. Ooh. It's shiny, I can see myself, I can use it as a mirror. Here's the second knife. It's a little bit smaller, so I think I'm going to use it for like a detail work. I used my Helvi knives on lime wood and yes, they carve beautifully just as I expected. They're lovely knives and a great addition to any tool collection, but don't be discouraged if you can't get them. You can develop the skill without a fancy knife. That's it for today, guys. Thank you for joining me. I'm gonna see you in the next videos. And by the way, if you do carve your little sheep, tag me on Instagram because I love seeing your work.